Gus Morales.
Don't worry, I'm not going to use all 5 minutes. I
You have 5 minutes.
I can see the look on your face.
You have 5 minutes.
All right, so I didn't prepare anything tonight. I wanted to just essentially have a conversation as to why I'm here tonight. First and foremost, I am here on behalf of the teachers who've been laid off. As the president-elect of the Holyoke Teachers Association, I feel it's my responsibility to speak to what's happening, not only to them, but to the city in general. At a time when we're in crisis mode in Holyoke, we're losing teachers, and this just does not bode well for the future of Holyoke. No matter how you slice and dice it, I realize we have budget issues. There's nobody that's going to sit here and say we don't have budget issues, but at the same time, we need to address the state because they're taking over schools. They're taking over schools, not giving us more money. I mean, you see what's happening here. Once again, I asked you a question maybe a month and a half ago about are we being set up to fail, and it becomes clearer and clearer every time I come here that the answer is yes, we are being set up to fail. If they want us to succeed, if they want us to do better, then they hire more teachers. Right now, we're working with less. I have 31 8th graders in my classroom this year. That's without the budget cuts. So what's going to happen next year to whoever has my class? Are they going to have 31 students too? It's hard to work with 31 students. For anybody who's never taught, 31 students is insane. Especially when you put those 31 14 to 15-year-olds in a room built for 20 10-year-olds. And at the same time, at Morgan School, which got taken over officially, we have 29 5-year-olds shoved into one room. These are questions that need to be answered, not just talked about, but we need answers. And I'm not blaming you, school committee. I'm not blaming the superintendent or the assistant superintendent. I'm saying let's have a conversation about how to fix it, because obviously what we're doing is not working. So I'm here not just to represent the teachers, I'm here to represent the students. I've only ever done what I thought was best for my students. I spoke on their behalf when I saw things that I did not agree with. The data walls were a travesty. I don't care how you want to explain it, that it's a motivational tool, that it's meant to guide instruction. You read Facebook, you're going to see how I really feel about it. So my point here is we at least deserve to have a conversation. Right now I'm looking at the school committee, which includes everybody, which includes everybody at this table, and what I don't see is a Holyoke teacher. That's a huge issue. You're making decisions about my teachers, and not a single teacher has any input. And I really want to say sorry, but Dr. Pius does not speak for the teachers. He speaks for the administration. I, as the elected president of the Holyoke Teachers Association, I speak for the teachers, and I'm telling you, they're not happy. They're miserable in Holyoke right now. Things are getting worse, and now you're going to cut the numbers. You're going to cut librarians. These are essential pieces of a great education. We're not offering a great education anymore. We're offering a subpar education. We're stripping them of things that they need in their lives. So at the same time, we're saying promote literacy, promote this and promote that. We can't at the same time cut librarians and reading specialists. It makes us look like hypocrites. So at the very least, even if we have to make budget cuts, we at least have to address the state publicly, not behind closed doors, but make public statements and say, excuse me, Commissioner of Education, how do you expect us to turn around our schools when you're taking more and more from us? We're working with less and less. Okay, so this isn't a challenge against his authority. This is a request for open dialogue where every one of us has an opportunity to weigh in and say, this is what's working, this is what's not working. And what's not working is that when I went to school and graduated in Holyoke in 1997, we had a lot more teachers than we do now. Our number of students has gone down, I'll admit that. But if we look at the percentages of the teachers we've lost versus the students we've lost, it doesn't add up. Why are we losing so many teachers? And when is that going to be addressed? Okay, and for all my students, I just want to say this year was awesome. The students, as always, inspire me, and if you've ever taught a classroom, you know that the students teach you as much as you teach them. So I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all my students, and thank you to all the teachers who voted for me, and know that I represent every single one of you. Thank you. Have a good night.